Good evening, friends, and welcome. I'm Lisa Maynard, and this is Kit Crush Wednesday and another edition. We always do these on Wednesdays unless I'm gone. So welcome, welcome. This is where we explore the kits that Stampin' Up! Makes, whether they're kits every month or whether they're paper pumpkins. So I hope you enjoy these little videos to show you some tips and tricks and all the new ones that are coming out. You may have noticed last week that I've got Christmas stuff up already. That's because I don't want to do it after Thanksgiving. So it is a little early, but we get to enjoy the Christmas decorations a little bit longer. So that's up with that. Now, this kit this week is one that came out in November. It's a non-stamping kit, and it's called Adventure Awaits. So we're going to flip this camera around and we're going to take a look at this right away, and we're just going to get started. These are super cute cards, and I love the retro feel of them. They're just very, very cute. There's a little bit of vellum behind some of the vehicles, which is really cool. So here we've got Let the Adventure Begin, and they have matching envelopes, as you can see. Super cute. And then we have one, Enjoy the Journey. It's got orange too, and a little palm tree and a little bug going to the beach. And we're frozen for some reason. There we go. We're not frozen now. It's not streaming very well. Let's hope that that doesn't happen again. This little car, super cute. And then one in the city driving by to say hello in blue. Very, very cool. Again, I like the retro feel of these. So super, super cute. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's inside this box. And there's, again, it's non-stamping. So we have some little mini glue dots, which we're probably going to need to use, and some Stampin' Dimensionals. We always love those. Our instructions, which come in very handy as always. So we have our instructions. Then we have some layering pieces. These go on our cards. We have already the pre-printed sentiments. And with this one, you could use Cruising to Another Year. So there's 4 sentiments instead of 3. Then, like I said, we have our little vellum pieces. So I've already prepped those. The die cut pieces. And then our card bases and envelopes are right down in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put all this away. And we are going to get started right now with this super fun kit. So let's bring in the first card, and I've got all my parts and pieces here, and there's a few of them. So I'm going to set that over there. We're going to go ahead and fold our card and burnish that with our bone folder, if I know where that went. And I don't know. Yeah, it's right there. Oh gosh, right there. There's our bone folder, just like that. Okay, first part, we are going to put this little scene on our card base. I've already put the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of it, and I am not adding extras. This is how many of the instructions said to put on there. They've been very generous with these. Usually not as generous as I would like to be. So let's go ahead and we're going to center this, and we're going to bring this down a little bit, and you can use those diamonds to kind of help you get that where you want it to go. And that looks pretty dang good right there. Now, we've got our little pine tree here. Got 3 mini glue dots on there. I'm just going to use this and take the backings off of those. People that can use their fingernails, more power to you. I cannot. That does not work for me. So get those over there. And then we're going to place this tree right about here on our layered piece, right there, just like that. Now, we've got a few more things here to go. We've got our car, and then we have our vellum piece that goes behind it. So when we put that on there, it looks like we've got a windshield. It's very, very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take these off, and then we're going to try and line this up. It doesn't line up perfectly. I think the vellum, if I do remember, is a little bit smaller than the truck. We just want to make sure that our vellum lines up with where the windows would be on this. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over so that I can see, whoops, so that I can see where I want this to line up with my truck so that the vellum is in the right place. And that looks pretty dang good, right like that. And then just give that a good little press, just like so. Then we are going to add our little suitcases. So you put the glue dot down here where that little part is because that is hidden. So we're going to go ahead and bring these up and we're going to put that on here like so. So that little part that we've got our little glue dot on is hidden down there a little bit. And then we're going to take our other little suitcase. And this part is the handle at the top. And we've got a glue dot on here. And we're going to put that there. My take your pick tool is moving all over. And I've got little mini glue dots all over. So I'm going to pick this up. And that is going to adhere to that part of the other little embellishment, the little suitcases we have on there. So see, we've got two of them right there, just like that. Now, we got to add some Stampin' Dimensionals to that. So let me grab those. And what I did on this is I put one there. I put one there because that will actually help hold those. And then I put one here and one here, just like that. And then we're going to put our truck on our card. And I just think that little vellum part to make the window is so cool. It's just really, really makes it even more retro than it is. Okay. And then we want some of the road to show a little bit. So we're going to place our truck right about there in our scene. And then our sentiment has glue dots on the back of it. So we're going to take the backings off of those. And you should see my floor when I get done with these glue dots because these little tiny paper backings are all over the place. Over me or the floor, everything. And this is going to go at the bottom of our scene, a little bit in and a little bit to the left a little bit so that we have a little bit of space over there at that. So there's our first card. Let the adventure begin. Super cute. Love these. All right, let's bring in the next one. Parts and pieces. This is a city scene with our elements right there. Now go ahead, burnish this so it lays nice and flat. And then again, we've got our city scene. So we're going to take the backings off of these. This is a really fun kit, especially for no stamping. It would be great for kids. The no stamping ones are absolutely fabulous for kids because they're super easy and super fun, and you can do so many things with them. I think we're going to put this right about like so, right like that. And then our tree is going to come in here, and we've got two little glue dots right on that side because part of the tree is going to hang over the edge, and we only want part of it to have the glue dot on it so that it sticks. And we're going to put him, I guess it's a her tree right there, just like so. I've already got the glue dots or the Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of that, but we've got to put our suitcase in. And as you can see, I put the glue dot over to the left a little bit. That's because we're going to angle this suitcase like so, because it's got this is a sports car and there's not a lot of room for it to sit just exactly. So we're going to put it just like that. And then we're going to put one more on there again to hold those pieces together just so they don't come off. And then go ahead and take our dimensionals off like that. We've got a paper right there. And let's get that off of there. These are very staticky and sticky. Now this is going to go right about here. We're going to keep it, we're going to kind of keep that bottom of the car even with that little white line, and then it's going to span our scene just like that. Perfect. And then we have driving by to say hello. We're going to add this. We've got 3 glue dots on the back of this, and get those off like that. And then we're going to flip this over, and this is going to span our scene a little bit. So the driving by is going to be up onto the roadway a little bit. It's going to be over again a little bit, but it's not going to be down at the bottom. So there we go. Driving by to say hello. Super cute. Love, love it. All right, our final card. These are going really fast, friends. Okay, our final cards. This is our beach scene. We're going to go ahead and burnish this. It's nice and flat. And again, we've got parts and pieces, but let's go ahead and get our beach scene or our ocean scene adhered to our card base. And these are not wanting to come off very easily lately. All right. Okay, so let's center this, and I think right there looks pretty good. So we're going to go ahead and give that a nice little press. Our palm tree, we've got 3 on there, is going to go next in our scene. And we're going to put that up there. Get that off of there. And then this one, I kind of folded this one over a little bit because the trunk is so small that I wanted to fold that over a little bit. So this is going to go about right in here like that. And it's going to go off of the scene a little bit, but still, you know, right down there. Okay. Now parts and pieces again. Let's get some of these. Oh my goodness. Let's get some of these little mini glue dot backings and Stampin' Dimensional backings out of the way. I can't tell which is which. Okay, there is our luggage. Here is our surfboard and our sentiment, and again our car. And again, we want some vellum behind it. So we are going to go ahead and secure that. See how you can tell the difference? This is without the vellum, and this is with the vellum. It just makes it really kind of just retro-y. I really like it. So we're going to take these off, and we're going to go ahead again, and I'm going to do it from the back. It just works better for me, so I can make sure that I have my vellum where I want it, but that it's not sticking over too much. So there we go. I'm going to put that down, and there we've got it in the front, the middle, and the back. So perfect, perfect, perfect. Now we are going to go ahead and adhere our luggage to our surfboard. So let's go ahead and do that. And again, that little glue dot goes on the bottom little part of that. Now the fins always go up on our surfboard. So we're going to center this right there. And we're going to make sure that that little square part is down. Now we've got to add some mini glue dots to this because this adheres to the top of the car. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one here. Now I probably could have done that before, but it was just as easy just to wait until the end to do that. And then this guy, and I don't have dimensionals on this guy yet because of this reason. So we're going to adhere him to the top of the car with those little glue dots, just like so, just like that. So then we're going to put a dimensional up there again to hold that in place. So we're going to put one there, and we're going to put 3 across the bottom. just like that. And then take the backing off of them. Again, they're not wanting to come off tonight for some reason, or just lately. The backing has been a little tricky. Okay, let's make sure we get this. We want him in the sand. We kind of want our seagull to show in our palm tree. And just like that, we're driving to the beach. And we've got enjoy the journey. And this is going to go on our card. This is our sentiment. Again, you could use the other one. I think it was cruising by to say something, or all right. Again, down at the bottom and right there. Enjoy the journey. I don't know if I was in frame or not, so I apologize if I wasn't. There we go, friends. All these cards. It makes 9. And so this is a really, really fun kit. I love the coordinating envelopes too. They're super, super fun. They coordinate here and on the front corner. So again, Adventure Awaits kit, super cute, 9 cards, fabulous, fabulous. I hope you enjoyed these cards as much as I did. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera back around, and I'm going to wrap up for tonight. So thank you very much for joining in. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you share with your friends, hit that like button, watch me here on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. You can always watch the replays. I like to do these videos so that you can see how these kits go together. And if there's little tips and tricks that help you, I think that's very useful. And just to give you an idea of what's out there, so maybe you will want to go ahead and get one of these fabulous kits too. So with that, good night all. I hope you have a wonderful week. And until next week, bye.